Good evening, High Button sports fans. Welcome inside the Member 2 Sport and Wellness Center as we get ready for a U16 matchup between the visiting Eastern Dukes from Prince Edward Island facing the hometown Cape Breton Jets in the Jets home opener on the 2025-2026 season. We are underway. The Jets win the opening draw, but this one will go the length of the ice. But our starting goaltender for the Dukes, Mason McCausland, comes out to play it, taking away the icing call. Starting in net for your Jets, Daniel Levat. Jets now pinned into their own zone early on here. Battled along the boards, doesn't get out. Green keeping that in on the line for the Dukes. Hard on the forecheck now is Hartman for the Dukes. Has no support coming in. They rims it around, and Green comes in off the line and keeps that play down low. Jets now try to reverse it over for Lee. Drops it back now behind the net for McDonald. McDonald back to Lee. Now the Jets able to chip it out. But we have got our first penalty of the game upcoming. It will go against the Dukes, and it will be going to number 20, Aiden Green, for the cross-check. Early power play opportunity here for the Jets. Coda Lewis in to take the draw, and he's able to win it almost too clean as the Jets have to go all the way back down into their end and regroup. The Jets power play on opening weekend clicked at 13%. Looking to build off of that as Hudson Crawley brings it into the zone. Plays it up top now for McDonald. Back down for Crawley. McDonald walks the line. Drops it back for Crawley. Back up top for McDonald as they play catch and release. Shot. That is tipped just wide. Now behind the net it goes. Lewis bumps it up to Crawley. Up to the top of the blue line. Cross for McDonald. McDonald can't get it through the seam, but it lands back. He scores! Just like that on the power play, Colin McDonald picks up his own cross-seam pass that deflects off of a Duke skate. And a quick release by McDonald. And the Jets are on the board early on this one with a power play marker. Dukes win the draw now back into their own zone, deep into their own zone. McClellan chips it out into the middle of the ice. Now dragging around his man, Levat stones him. Net comes off. What a great effort there by Cohen Godkin. He tries to split the D and even the score in this one. But Levat tracks his man and closes the gates. Dukes win the draw once again. Rimmed around, coming off the blue line to keep that play alive. Jackson Bowering. Dukes now throw it back in behind the net. Rims around the boards. There to get it is McClellan. He's knocked off the puck, and the Jets chip it out into neutral ice. Bowering back now for the Dukes. Ahead for Godkin. Godkin chips it in behind the net into the corner. The Dukes give chase. Met by the big body there of Blair Francis. Puck comes loose now. Good defensive layers down low for the Jets. Francis has some time with it. Finds Coda Lewis. Lewis, though, is forced back deep into his own zone by Dunn. And now the Jets have to chip it behind the net. Not able to get it out. Bowering keeps that in now for Dunn. Dunn shot. That's tipped wide off the stick of Pemberton. Battling in down low. Dukes come away with it. Up top they go. Shot on net, kicked aside, but it's cleared from the front of the net for the Jets. It's going to go all the way down for icing. As the Dukes applying some pressure now after giving up the early power play goal to the Jets. face off in the offensive zone for the Dukes. Dukes control and chip it down low. Sam Dunn tries to poke it in on the short side, but Levet has that squeezed off. Chipped, kept alive at the blue line. Now they're able to get it out, and the Dukes will have to retreat now for Green. Green steps over the line, tries to feed Dunn. Sam Dunn can't get it, and the Jets once again chip it out into neutral ice, and the Dukes have to retreat. Tries to find the Jets' Ward, unable to do so. Dukes regain control along the board. Sam Dunn tries a chip play, gets it once again. Now Dunn steps around his man into the neutral zone. Gains the blue line. Sam Dunn. Watched hard there by a couple of Jets players. Gets some help. Dunn walks around Ward on the sidewall. Coming in off the blue line there is William Henry. Aiden Green chipping in once again. Not afraid to chip in off the point. Now Green with a shot. That's turned aside by Levat. Jets will able to get it into deep into the own zone. That will be enough for the icing call. And the Jets, who were trying to start a line change, unable to do so after that icing. Defensive zone draw coming up now for the Jets. Thrown across the crease, not able to find it there was Henry. Now McCormick breaks up the cross ice play. Jets once again have to retreat into their own end. Another aggressive forecheck here by the Dukes, able to turn that up. Up top now. Mernaghan throws it back behind the net. McCormick throws it out front. Nobody home for the Dukes. Aylward, great poke check there at the blue line, able to keep the play alive in the offensive zone. Arsenault tries to take off the wall, and he finds McCormick, the captain. Now cheating in off the blue line is Mernaghan. He circles behind the net, throws it out front off a skate, back onto his own stick. Chipped around the boards. The Jets will once again try to clear it out. Chipped into the neutral zone. Now they will get that change that they have been looking for. But it's a quick up now by the Dukes. Black tries to cut off that play along the wall, but McCormick has it. Walks into the middle of that with the huge save, as it's a nice move by Colin McCormick, cutting through the middle of the ice, getting a clear shot. But Daniel Levat has been good so far and has been tested early in this one. 5-1 shots on goal registering right now in favor of the Dukes. And they control off the draw once again. Gardner's shot. Levat steers that one up and out of play. Another offensive zone draw coming up for the Dukes. They've been good in the face-off circle early in this one. English in to take the draw for the Dukes against Coda Lewis of the Jets. It's a scramble draw, and it ends up into the glove of Daniel Levat. Another face-off coming to the left of Levat. Ben Guthrow now in to take the draw. The Dukes win another one. Rimmed around the boards, trying to chip in, pinching off the blue line and keep the play alive, and they do so. That puck bounces out in front to Levat. Puck bouncing around once again into that danger spot in front of Daniel Levat, and he's able to find it, gobble it up. And another defensive zone draw upcoming for the Jets. Ben Guthrow in once again to face Mason English in the face-off dot. Guthrow gets waved out. Dukes win another draw. Thrown back in deep. English, he's in behind trying to win that puck. He's knocked off of it there. by Stéphane Leblanc. Cross ice feed, Hudson Crawley trying to get a step on his man. Can't find it, throws it out front. English, good job on the back check, gets a stick in the lane and able to break that play up. Now the Dukes, now they're trying to get out of their own zone. McDonald throws it for Hartman. Hartman circles in behind his net. Back for McDonald. McDonald takes a couple strides. Finds English, but he's marked hard. Now it's Crawley. One-on-one developing here. Hudson Crawley to the outside, throwing that up and just over the net. First real opportunity for the Jets since they opened the scoring early in this one. Crawley watches Hartman closely. Now, behind the net, Quinn McDonald tries to chip it out. It's broken up there by the Jets. Thrown out front. Crawley can't get a stick on it. And here comes English. Chips it ahead for Gardner. Gardner, cross ice feed. Nobody home there as it's tight marking by the Jets in the defensive zone. LeBlanc throws this one down the whole length of the ice for another icing call. 12:13 to go here in the first period. And the Cape Breton Jets up by 1 as they scored early on the power play. Dukes with another face-off win and they control. Shot. Levac coming across, taking away the bottom of the net with a big save there once again. Lewis gets a stick on it, pokes it back down into the Duke zone. Now Francis, he breaks that play up, and the Dukes again have to regroup and retreat. Lewis can't find the handle on it, and it ends up down into the Jets territory. Stevens is back. He circles the back of his own net. He's got a couple Dukes players coming down on him hard, throws it up the boards. Here come the Jets. 2-on-2 development. Smith-Francis over for Blair Francis. Francis loses the handle, and now here come the Dukes. 3-on-2 developing. Dukes trying the chip and chase. Ends up in front of Levat once again. And he is dialed in here as he kicks that aside and will once again take the face-off. Jets opportunistic here a couple times with some good sticks in lanes, breaking some plays up. Not able to develop them into scoring opportunities just yet. Puck battle along the boards now as the Jets knock it back down behind their own goal. McDonald to Black. Black rims it around, but it ends up on Sam Dunstick, but he can't control it. Now Ward. Now he's got a bit of time and space. Good lead pass here, and here come the Jets once again. Crawley is watched very closely by Bernagin. Comes back out for Ward. Isaac Ward now. He loses the handle, and here come the Dukes once again. Sam Dunn throws it on net. Dukes try the cycle game, but it's broken up there by Simmons. Simmons doesn't have much help. Now Dunn throws it back into the Jet zone. Aylward feeds it ahead for McCormick, but too many Jets in the lane, and that's broken up. Now the Jets dump it right back in. McCausland out to play it. Plays it for Coda. Lewis shot! In the back of the net. McCausland tries to play the puck. Coda Lewis takes away the sidewall. Great read there by Coda Lewis as he sees McCausland out of the net, throws it on net, and as McCausland skating back to his crease, not able to find the puck in his skates, and off of his skates and in. Cape Breton Jets, 2 shots, 2 goals as they open up a 2-goal lead here in the first period. Bowering now loses the handle, turned over at the blue line. McDonald for the Dukes. Lead pass for Arsenault. Chips it off for McCormick. Coda Lewis with it now. He can't find his teammate. Now Arsenault, he's got a breakaway coming. He's running out of real estate. Lavat takes away the side of the net. Good job there on the back check once again by the Jets as Malik Stevens takes away the passing lane. McDonald throws it ahead. Nobody home there for the Jets. Now McCormick over the blue line. Chips it into the corner. Behind the net now, Guthrow leads the breakout for the Jets. Guthrow with it once again over the blue line. Offsides is the call. Play starting to open up here a little bit as the Cape Breton Jets have opened up a 2-0 lead in this one. English. Cross ice feed. Here comes Hartman. Hartman's got a barrel of speed. Shot up and over the shoulder of Lavat. Good transition speed by these Eastern Dukes. As soon as they get an opportunity, they are able to get up the ice in a hurry. Aiden Green chips it back down low, thrown out front. Again, no white shirts there, but there was a couple of blue ones to clear the front of the net. Deep into Duke's territory now. Hartman trying to find his teammate. Cross ice feed broken up there by Henry. Here comes Henry trying to step around McDonald. Throws it out front. Green is there to keep it in play. Thrown out front. Tipped out. Out of harm's way as, again, the Dukes doing a good job of being very creative in the offensive zone. Creating glorious scoring chances. Again, shots on goal right now, 13-2 in favor of the Dukes, but you are reading that correctly. The Jets up by 2. Draw one by the Jets. Into the corner it goes. Pemberton got a couple white shirts hanging off of him. Dukes have the tag up as delayed offsides was the call. Pemberton tries a cross ice feed but hits his own teammate. Once again, thrown down into Duke's territory. Back to get it, Mernaghan. Icing waved off once again. Mernaghan winds up through the neutral zone, gets over the blue line. Gets the puck knocked off his stick. Now, Smith McNeil's got some room. Watched very closely there at the Dukes on the back check. The Dukes defender, Cash Fisher, lost his stick, but no call on the play. Smith McNeil coming in once again. Shot. McCausland gobbles that one up. .5:28 to go here in the first period. The Cape Breton Jets with a 2-0 lead on the Eastern Dukes. As again, this the home opener for this Jets squad. Nice touch play there by the Dukes. Get it out into neutral ice, but that's as far as they will get. Thrown back in behind the net, Stevens. Shakes off his man, but there's another white shirt there. Campbell Dunn throws it around. Dukes walk out with it off a stick, deflected up and out of play. This Dukes team, once they get inside that offensive zone, lots of movement. Always trying to get the Jets out of their formation to open up some of those lanes. They've been getting some dangerous opportunities, but once again, Daniel Levat has been very good so far. Shot! And the Dukes are on the board as Campbell Dunn gets left alone in front of the net. And he one-times that play as Levat was trying to follow the puck from behind the net. But again, very quickly off the stick of Campbell Dunn. And the Dukes have cut the Jets' lead in half. Now Sam Dunn. For McDonald, for Bowering, who chips it in, doesn't get deep enough as Black is there to break it up and tries to reverse the play. McDonald over for Black. Bowering reads the play right as he comes in off the blue line and just throws it back in behind the net as the Dukes remain in control in the offensive zone. Dunn shot. That didn't miss by much. Bowering keeps it alive at the line. Thrown down low. Sam Dunn tries to walk around his man, but not able to do so. Dukes once again controlling here in the offensive zone. Thrown down deep. Dunn for Langell. Now Langell looking for some space. Throws it back down behind the net for Dunn. Now Campbell Dunn, the goal scorer, tries to throw it down deep. Broken up, cross-ice pass. This one will not have enough for icing as Quinn McDonald back to retrieve it for the Dukes. Lead pass now for Jackson Bowering. Chipped in deep. Dukes give chase once again. Left there, Jets can't get it out as Green keeps it alive at the line once more. Crawley, 1-on-2 developing. His time and space taken away quickly there by the Dukes. Crawley finds a loose puck now again. Tries to break free, but again, a white shirt is not far from the puck carrier here. All the way down the ice. Icing waved off. Arsenault steps over the blue line, broken up there. Now Crawley back for it. Leaves it there for Lee. Lee gaining some steam through the neutral zone. Lee still with it. Finds McDonald coming off, or Stevens, sorry, coming off the bench. In behind the net they go. Skating out now is Murnaghan. He chips it in deep. Gives chase. Jador Gould there to try and skate it out. Broken up play. Now Blair Francis tries to get it out, but Aylward will keep it alive at the line. Blocked there by Coda Lewis. Now they get it back out. Ping pongs through the neutral zone, but the Dukes will bring it back up ice. Aylward chips it into the zone. Hartman is there now. Waits for some help to come. But it squirts free, and the Jets come away with it. Doesn't get very far before it's broken up there by Murnaghan. Murnaghan throws it out front. It's broken up. English tries to settle it down for the Dukes. Up top. 2-on-2. If they can hurry, it'll be a 3-on-2. Hartman. Cross-ice play. Broken up there as the stick by Black. Under a minute to go in the first period. Dukes still trying to find that equalizer here late. Bowering gets the blue line. His shot just up and over the crossbar. Losing the handle on the line. Now here's Blair Francis. Francis on a breakaway. Shot. Missed the net. Rims around the boards. 9 seconds to go now. Jets just trying to hold on and get to that buzzer. And that will do it. After 20 minutes of play, the Cape Breton Jets hold on to a 2-1 lead over the Eastern Dukes. We will be back with second period action after this short break.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop? Turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop? Turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop? Turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop? Turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop? Turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple.
And welcome back inside the Member 2 Sport and Wellness Center as we get set for second period action between the Eastern Dukes and the hometown Cape Breton Jets. After 20 minutes of play, the Cape Breton Jets lead the Dukes by a score of 2-1. Jets scoring early on the power play in the first period to open the scoring. Then opened up a 2-goal lead before the Dukes starting to chip away at it. And that is where we sit as we start the second period. Shots on goal after that first period, 14-4 in favor of the Dukes. Daniel Levat has been very good between the pipes for the Jets so far in this one. Dukes now controlling in the offensive zone. McCormick throws it out front, trying to find Hartman. Hartman can't get a handle on it. Now McDonald tried to separate man from puck. As Mason English throws it back, but Colin McDonald there again for the Jets. Thrown out front, broken up by Green. Green's got some space. Throws it on net just wide. Big hit there, but 2-on-1 the other way for the Jets. Ward throws it out front, nobody there. Now just tossed on net once again. Good chance here for the Jets as they look to build some offensive zone time. Thrown over for Henry. Out into the neutral zone. English steps over the line. Shot on net, turned aside by Levat. Lee chips it out into the neutral zone as he's hit heavy there. Murnagan chips it in and gives chase. He's the first one on it there for the Dukes. Godkin working on along the boards, but it's broken up by LeBlanc. Shot turned aside by Levat once again. A good one there by Aylward. Aylward has been very active on that blue line here so far in this one. Great job keeping plays alive again there, but here come the Jets. One-on-one, Foreman. Shot turned aside by McCausland. Now, chipped up. Away comes Fisher. Tries to chip it past Jador Gould. Godkin with it. Thrown out front. Sticks in the lane. It's chipped up and over the net. Murnagan chips it off the glass. In deep. Levat sees that. Grabs that. And he is content to have a face-off. Both teams switching up their personnel. The offensive zone draw coming up for the Dukes. Coda Lewis in to take the draw for the Jets. Campbell Dunn wins it for the Dukes. Dukes have been very good in the face-off circle so far in this one. Chipped up and out of play. Face-off come just outside the Jets zone. Actually, no, they're going to put that inside the Jet zone, so offensive draw upcoming. Campbell Dunn in to take the draw once again against Coda Lewis. Dukes win yet another faceoff. Back to the point. Jackson Bowering throws it in deep. Francis can't get it out as McDonald keeps it in, but Francis gets another crack at it. Thrown in, Bowering retrieves it, and it's a quick up through the neutral zone. Jets break that play up. Francis can't keep it out. Thrown out front now. Sam Dunn battling in behind the boards. Looking for some help. It's thrown up, but McDonald keeps it alive at the line. Throws that in. Jets players trying to get it out, but good sticks again in the lanes by the Dukes. They're able to keep the play alive in the offensive zone. That time, Quinn McDonald couldn't make up the space, and it does get out this time. But here come the Dukes once again. Short-lived this time as Coda Lewis finds Francis. Francis loses an edge. And Campbell Dunn retrieves for the Dukes. That puck goes up and out of play. Back and forth action here to start the second period. Both teams looking to open things up just a little bit. Face-off will come here at, they're talking about center ice. But instead, they will move it to just outside the Duke zone. Ben Guthrow in to take the draw. Won cleanly by McCormick for the Dukes yet again. Jets break it up at the line. Shot, that doesn't miss by much. Back to retrieve is Arsenault. Guthrow. Leaves it there for Black. Black chips it ahead for Penny. Penny leaves it for Francis. Now McCormick skates his way through. McCormick back on his stick. Lovat kicks that out as McCormick comes barreling down in front of him. Rimmed around the boards, but not out. Another great read by the Dukes defenseman to keep that play alive. Good coverage on the blue line as, again, the Dukes maintain the offensive zone pressure. Here it comes once again. Jets try to reverse, but there's a white shirt there to break it up. Puck out into the middle of the ice. McCormick wins that race. Now Henry tries to go back up ice. Instead, it's going to land on the stick of Colin McDonald. Reverses for Seth Black, who reverses it once again onto Daniel Lavat's stick. And again, Lavat has seen enough. He'll take the face-off. English in to take the draw. And the Jets will win that one. Puck jammed up against the boards. Ref wants him to get it loose. It does come loose. It's back onto the stick. Block shot there by Simmons. Morrison stopped up just enough that his teammate goes offside, so the Jets have to touch up. Murnaghan skates it through the neutral zone and chips it in deep. Pemberton now sets up behind his net. Chips it to Morrison. He fans on the pass, tries to get it out. Gardner blocks its way, chips it right back in, and the Dukes go right back to the forecheck. Pemberton tries again, knocked off of his stick. In behind the net it goes. Hartman now tries to break it free, tries to kick it loose to his teammate who's there to help, and Jackson Gardner ends up on the stick of English. Mason English throws it down deep. Now up top for Murnaghan. His shot, Lavat sees that all the way. Gets out to the top of the blue paint and makes the save. .13:15 to go here. Jets still holding on to that 2-1 lead. Godkin in to take the draw for the Dukes, wins it cleanly back to McDonald, who chips it down low. Good stick check there by McClellan. But Stevens chips that out. Now here's Crawley. Crawley, he's got some teammates with him. Shot saved by McCausland. Great chance there for the Jets as Ben Guthrow gets set up in the high slot, but McCausland with a huge save, and here come the Dukes. Godkin leads the rush, leaves it for McClellan. On net, chipped into the corner, back behind the net. Stevens can't get it down the ice. Chipped back in, and McClellan gives chase for the Dukes. He wins that battle along the boards. Puck still lodged in there. Now Godkin comes away with it. He's got some options. Godkin can't get around Jador. Shot, scores! Relentless puck pursuit there by Cohen Godkin. And he's able to find his teammate Cash Fisher. And the Dukes have come back and tied this one up. Again, great work down low by Kashkin. And the Dukes have tied it midway through the second period. Here they come again. Puck lodged in there again all along the boards. Another good read off the blue line there by the Dukes. As it was Jackson Bowering coming off. Now Quinn McDonald comes off the line. Levatt bobbles that one. Rimmed back in around there by Bowering. Francis takes a bump. Lewis comes to help out his teammate, trying to get the puck out, and now they do. McDonald skates it through the neutral zone, gets to the blue line. Finds some help coming. Back behind the net for McDonald. McDonald jumped off the blue line, so no one was there to cover, and it goes all the way down the ice. Francis winds up. Tries to find Lewis. Good read there once again by the Dukes, and it's Green who lobs it right back in. Levatt out to play it for Black. Rims it around the boards for Francis. Given away there to Dunn, who chips it down for Sam Dunn. In the corner, Sam Dunn wins it back. Chip to the cross corner. Henry goes to get it. Here's Dunn trying to jam play. But Levatt finds that puck, covers it up, and takes the whistle. Again, good forecheck here by the Eastern Dukes. Causing all sorts of trouble and turnover for the Jets. And they are turning them into some quality scoring opportunities. 20-5 now, the shots on goal read in favor of the Dukes. In behind the net now. Thrown out front, they score! Just like that, the Eastern Dukes have clawed their way right back into this one and now hold a one-goal lead as it's Nash Langell left alone in front off a great chip pass. And just like that, the Eastern Dukes have come back and now lead 3-2. Off the draw, puck trickles down to Levatt. And he will cover up and take the face-off. Guthrow in to take the draw against Dunn. Campbell Dunn wins that one. Dunn now, behind his own net. Tries a reverse play. And they try the cross seam play, doesn't connect. Pemberton clears it out. Off the stick of Henry, so icing will be waved off. Aylward back to get it. Watch closer there, but it's chipped. Now Henry. Cross ice feed for Green. Green gains the zone. Tries to feed it across the ice, but it's broken up by Pemberton. Now the puck comes free into the corner. The Jets got some time and space, and they'll chip it out into the neutral zone. Here's McDonald. Foss. Francis McDonald. He can't get the handle on it. Back up they come. Sam Dunn. His poke checked off of his stick. Now Isaac Ward tries to step around a man, but Sam Dunn once again is there to break the play up. Dunn comes back to him. Again, shot turned aside by Levat. Here comes the pressure once again from the Eastern Dukes. Again, they are stingy on the forecheck. Behind the net now, McCormick. He loses the handle. Jets trying to get it out of the zone, and now they will. It's skated out by Penny. Murnagan, great heads-up play, feeds the puck ahead. Now here comes McCormick. Shot. Levat stared down the barrel of 3 white shirts and comes up with a huge save. As that could have been a huge momentum boost for the Eastern Dukes if they were to connect on that one, but such quick transition here by the Dukes. Once they get that puck, they are up the ice in a hurry, putting the Cape Breton Jets on their heels. Another face-off win for the Dukes. Thrown back in deep and down low is Broussard. Throws it out front for Arsenal, but Levat will once again make the save and take the face-off. His 25th shot of the afternoon. Ward in to take the draw against McCormick. McCormick cycles it down low. Nobody there for the Dukes, so the Jets will have an opportunity to get it out. Not able to do so. Kept alive at the line, and now the Jets retrieve it once again. Back pass over for McDonald. McDonald tries to find Simmons. Not able to do so. Behind the net, Aylward fights off 2 Jets. Chips it over for McCormick. Up the sidewall, kept in at the blue line, but Murnagan skates it to the red line. Cross ice dump. Once again, a white shirt is the first one on it. Thrown out front, Morrison. He breaks that play up. Penalty upcoming here now to the Dukes. Looks like it's going to be an interference call. Interference will be the call. It will be going against Kipton Aylward. As the Jets go to their second power play of the game. They scored very early in their first one. And this would be a big momentum shift here for the Jets if they're able to connect once again on the power play. Along the wall, McDonald. Hand pass is the call. Face-off will come outside. Coda Lewis in to take the draw for the Jets. Gets it over for Guthrow. Guthrow pulls up top now for Lewis. Lewis tries to find some time and space. Cross ice feed for McDonald. Back for Lewis. Into the skates of Lee. Lee takes a shot. Turned aside by McCausland. Up top, McDonald keeps it alive at the line. Throws it down the half wall to Lewis. Now it's for Crawley. Thrown out front. Broken up there by the Dukes, and they're able to gain control and get it out. Couple good looks there by the Jets power play unit. 1:13 to go in the man advantage. McDonald spins off his man. Lead pass there for Parker Lee. Lee chips that in. However, the Dukes retrieve, and it's cleared back down the ice by Jackson Bowering. McDonald for Lewis. Lewis skates his way through the neutral zone and gains the line. Lewis tries to barrel his way towards the net. Guthrow with it now, throws it out front. Guthrow with it again behind the net. Trying to find some options. 30 seconds to go in the man advantage. Back for LeBlanc, back for Guthro. Guthro, head still up, looking for those options, throws it on net. Lewis in front. It's tipped aside and into the corner it goes. Crawley walks off the line. He's got his head up. His shot goes off the pants of Henry and into the corner. Lee back with it. 3 seconds to go. Good pressure here from the Jets power play unit, but that will do it. Teams are now back to even strength. And here they come. Godkin leads the rush. Throws it over for McClellan. They start a cycle game, the Dukes. Thrown up here. Broken up once again, and it's Green back to retreat for the Dukes. Chips it, not out. That time it goes up and out of play. But now the Dukes will go back to the penalty kill. This will be a 4-minute minor for head contact. Call going against Aiden Green. So a 4-minute power play upcoming for the Cape Breton Jets with 4:41 to go in the second. A great opportunity right here for the Jets to get right back into this one, only down by a goal as 3-2 the Dukes lead. Dukes win the draw once again, but McDonald is there to keep the play alive. McDonald once again on the line. Walks it into the middle. Shot. Getting a stick on it there in front of the net was Isaac Ward. The Dukes get the puck and get it down the ice. Lovat leaves it there for McDonald as the Jets power play gets set up once again. Here they come. Here's Ward. Can't get it over the line. Now they do. Simmons checks up, leaves it there for McDonald. Down the boards to Smith McNeil. Francis sees a backdoor play. Stick in the lane there by the Dukes, and they break that up. Blair Francis with it once again. Over for McDonald. Holds up, shot kicked aside by McCausland. Smith McNeil up top for Francis. Francis saucers it back to Smith McNeil. Thrown out. Again, good sticks in the lane by the Dukes. Break that play up, get it down the ice, and they will start a change. Both teams change out the personnel. 2.5 to go in the power play. Little over 3 minutes to go here in the second. Winding it back up is Smith McNeil for the Jets. He gains the line, carries it wide in front for Guthro. Guthro fans on the shot, but he's still with it now here behind the net. Ben Guthro circles to the half wall and throws it up top for LeBlanc. They play catch and release. It's back on the stick of Guthro. Guthro's shot goes wide, but Coda Lewis is there to pick it up and maintain control. Off the skate of Guthro and out, and the Jets will have to regroup. 1:45 to go in the man advantage. Lee gets it back for the Jets, but it ends up back on the stick of the Dukes. Try to get it in deep, but Coda Lewis will set it back up behind his own net. Here's Crawley. Gains the blue line. Crawley goes wide. Now he circles in behind the net. Still with it now. Thrown up top. Splits his own teammates and out of the zone, and the Jets will have to regroup. But here comes Crawley again. Crawley shoots. Scores. What a shot by Hudson Crawley. And it's another power play marker for the Jets. And We got ourselves a tie hockey game once again. A laser beam from Crawley on the power play. And we are tied up here in member 2. 1:43 to go in the second period. We are deadlocked. Good looks by the power play unit, and they get rewarded with a big one. McDonald off the skate of McDonald. Coda Lewis throws it out front now. Langell breaks that up. Shot. Levatt gobbles that up. No rebounds. Offensive zone draw upcoming now for the Dukes. 1:17 to go in the second period. Colin McCormick in to take the draw for the Dukes. He loses it to Ben Guthrow, but the Dukes still control. Guthrow. Reverse play. Penalty upcoming once again now to the Dukes as soon as they touch up, but Lee with it. Goes back out in the neutral zone, and McDonald is there. Over for Black. Dukes touch up. Tripping will be the call. No, it will not. It will be another head contact. I thought they were going to get the Dukes for the tripping call, but instead it's another head contact call. This one going against Aiden Green. And the Jets with another opportunity on the power play. Power play has been clicking here for them, but good job there breaking it up at the line by the penalty killers. Under a minute to go in the second period. Jets on the power play once again. Dukes control and clear it down the ice. Levatt out to play it. Good read by Daniel Levatt. Chips it there for McDonald. McDonald tries a cross-ice pass. Dukes control and get it down the ice once again. 10 seconds to go here in the second. 5 seconds. Lee leaves it for Guthrow. The time runs out. And after 40 minutes of play, we are deadlocked at 3 here in member 2. We will be back with exciting third period action after this brief intermission. Stay tuned.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross and Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross and Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross and Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross and Sons, scrap metal made simple.
Welcome back inside the Member 2 Sport and Wellness Center as we are ready to start third period action between the Eastern Dukes and the Cape Breton Jets. We've got a good one going here today, folks. Third period underway. The Jets starting the period on the power play for 3 minutes. 4-minute head contact penalty to end the second period. 2 consecutive 4-minute penalties taken here by the Dukes. And like we say, the Jets starting this period on the power play. Power play that has been very effective for the Jets here today. 2 of their 3 goals coming on the man advantage. And we are deadlocked at 3 as we start the third frame. And in front there, kicked aside by McCausland. Now the Dukes get the handle on it. Hartman's got some speed, but he's running out of real estate. Good stick check there by Colin McDonald, getting back hard. But a good opportunity for the PK unit of the Dukes. Here comes Lee. Leaves it for McDonald. McDonald leaves it for Crawley. Crawley tries to beat his man at the line, but English wins that battle and chips it in. Coda Lewis now watched very closely there by Mason English. English doing a great job of just pinning the puck against the boards, killing the clock. 1:40 to go now in the man advantage for the Jets. Crawley leaves it for LeBlanc. He gets to the blue line, chips it into the corner, and Guthrow gives chase. Guthrow chips it up the wall for Lee. Back down low for Guthrow. He swings out, finds Crawley up top, who leaves it for LeBlanc. His shot goes wide. Lewis picks it up off the boards and circles behind the net. Coda Lewis now. Loses the handle, but regains it, throws it down low. Off the stick of Guthrow. Guthrow throws it out front. McCausland can't find it. It's a scramble. Jets turn and fire. English chips it off the boards, and here comes Gardner. He has run out of real estate, but he's still there with it. Stops up behind the net. Loses the handle. And Coda Lewis will take a slashing call in behind the play. That will do it for the Jets power play. So for 45 seconds, we will play 4-on-4 hockey before the Dukes will have their first look at the power play this afternoon. Jets skated out of their own zone, trying to find Isaac Ward. Can't find him. Goes too far down the ice. Icing will be the call. Face-off coming back inside the Jets zone. Isaac Ward in to take that draw against Cash Fisher. Fisher wins that draw. Thrown back down low. Now LeBlanc picks it up for the Jets. Skates it around his own net. Chips it up. It's broken up there again by McClellan. McClellan's shot turned aside by Lavat. Fisher leaves it there as Henry rims it back around in deep. McClellan gives chase for the Dukes. Him and LeBlanc get tangled up along the boards, but the puck comes free. Now it's up top for Bowering. He'll throw it back down low. McClellan is there. Now he gives himself some space. Dukes on the power play now for a little over a minute. Bowering throws that through the middle, broken up there by Smith McNeil, but they come back away with it. Lavat leaves it there for McDonald. He's got time, and he will just get it down the ice. Guthrow sees it there, but McCormick reads the play, but Guthrow hard on it. Good forecheck there by Ben Guthrow. McCormick spins off his man, feeds it ahead now for Dunn. Sam Dunn comes in. Lavat, he looks behind him. He wasn't quite sure where that one might have been. but it was, in fact, between the pads. And 33 seconds to go now on the man advantage for the Dukes. Cohen Godkin loses the draw. The Jets get it down the ice. Aylward plays it ahead for McCormick. It's knocked off his stick, but back on the stick of Aylward. Cross ice feed now for Quinn McDonald. He gains the line. Quinn McDonald throws it in for Sam Dunn. That's off his stick into the corner, but he gets it back. Plays it up top for Godkin. Godkin walks the line now for Dunn. Teams now back to even strength. Shot kicked aside by Levat. Aylward can't find the handle on it. Coda Lewis, he can't find the handle on it. Puck just getting bobbled around. Up front now, Guthrow waits for some help. And it comes in the form of Lee. Rimmed out into the zone. Stevens plays it back now for Jador Gould. Up top for Stevens. Good stick in the lane by Campbell Dunn. He enters the zone. Into the corner it goes. Dunn leaves it for Sam Dunn. Sam Dunn behind the net. Off a stick. Coda Lewis is there, but he cannot get it out. Dukes control down low. Scramble in front. Another giveaway there, but it's off shin pad of Stevens. As the Dukes trying to put the Jets on the ropes here. Bowering, another good pinch off the blue line. Francis leaves it for Smith McNeil. Now he's got some steam through the middle of the ice. Smith McNeil loses the handle. Taken out by Murnaghan. But Blair Francis picks it up. Throws it up top. Pemberton not able to hold the line, and it goes back out in the neutral zone. Now Lewis. Up the wall. Thrown back down low. Murnaghan sets up behind his own net. Now Bowering skates it out. Cross ice feed, and Murnaghan's back with it. 2-on-1, Murnaghan shot. That goes wide. He's still got it, though. Tries to chip it in low, but Arsenault picks it up. Arsenault now throws it out front. Langell. He just tips that wide. And the Jets will gain control. Coda Lewis skates it out of the zone. Just a step offside was Francis. Offside is the call. And the face-off will come just outside the Duke zone. 3-3 the score. We've got a good one going here as we got 13-19 to left in the third period. Shots now read 29-9 in favor of the Dukes. Daniel Levat has been good here today for the Jets. Chipped in deep by Ward. First one on it there is Simmons. But now the Dukes come away with it. Hartman. Lead pass for Henry. He'll rim it in. Levat comes out to play it. Levat off the wall. Onto the stick of Black. He can't get it out as McDonald is there in front. Huge save by Levat. He takes away the bottom of the net. As Gardner couldn't get it up in a hurry, Levat with a big save right there. Penalty now coming up to the Jets. Or is he going to take both of them? And he will. There will be coincidental minors here, as both players will go off for roughing for the Jets. It's number 10, Colin McDonald. For the Dukes, 21, Jackson Gardner. 5-on-5 hockey. Dukes win yet another draw. Back to the point. Good read there by Crawley. Takes a heavy hit from Aylward. Crawley slow to get back up on his feet, but he's back up. Now with it. Loses the handle. McCormick feeds it out front. Dukes pressing hard, but Lovat again finds that loose puck, pounces on that, and he's more than happy to take the defensive zone draw. Guthrow in to take the draw for the Jets, in against Colin McCormick. Jets come away with it. Hudson Crawley. And we have another penalty upcoming. This will be a hooking call. And it will be going against the Dukes. Number 6, Colin McCormick. Another power play opportunity coming up here for the Jets. Coda Lewis in to take the draw. He wins it back to LeBlanc. Thrown down low. Guthrow can't control it. It goes all the way around, but Crawley pinches off the line to maintain control. Mix up at the line, and right there, almost getting away, was Quince McClellan, and a heavy, heavy hit by the Dukes. As Parker Lee is the recipient of that one. Cash Fisher will be shown the gate. His afternoon is done. Hit from behind likely being the call. So 2-minute penalty coming to Cash Fisher. 2 and a 10. His day is done. And it is now a 5-on-3 power play upcoming for the Jets. 11:43 to go here in the third period. A fantastic opportunity for the Jets to grab a lead here in this one. Coda Lewis out to take the face-off. And he wins that back for the Jets, so they control. Down low, Lewis. He gets into the high slot, throws it down low, tries to find Guthrow. The Dukes control it, can't get it out. Parker Lee gets it back to LeBlanc now. The Jets maintain control, but they got to regroup in the neutral zone. LeBlanc steps over the line, looks for his options, throws it up top now for Crawley. Cross ice feed for Coda Lewis. Lewis back for Crawley. That shot blocked there by Aylward. Now, Parker Lee can't get it as Aylward does a great job once again tying up his man. Guthrow leaves it there out front for Lewis. What a save by Mason McCausland. As this power play starting to look dangerous. McCausland tips that one into the corner, but it's back up top for Crawley. 45 seconds to go in the two-man advantage. LeBlanc will keep it in. Yes, he will. Lewis, he's marked closely. They're able to get it out, and the Dukes will get a much-needed change, but it's a quick up by the Jets. Crawley leaves it for Guthrow. Guthrow feathers it to Lewis. Back for Guthrow. Back Guthrow once again. No penalty coming up. Oh, yes, there is. The back official picks up the hook. Just as the coincidentals end, the Dukes go back to the penalty box. Jackson Bowering for the hook. And the two-man advantage has been restored. The Jets will call a timeout here. We'll have 36 seconds now with the man advantage. Jets with the timeout call here, 10:17 to go in the third period. Again, a golden opportunity right now for the Jets. Huge power play opportunity here if they can connect, and they've been good. This power play has looked dangerous this afternoon. So the timeout call allows the coaching staff to draw up their play, but also give their top unit a bit of a breather. Big draw coming up here. If Coda Lewis can win this one for the Jets and gain control, they can start to move that puck around. Huge draw coming up. Lewis wins it to Lee. Back for McDonald, but it squirts out, so the Jets have to clear the zone. Over for Crawley. Crawley into the middle for Guthrow, who leaves it there for Lee. Lee, it's stripped off of his stick, but Lewis is there. Up top now, it's McDonald. Gets to the middle of the ice. 15 seconds to go now. Up top, McDonald. Down low for Lewis in his skates, but Crawley has got it now. Up top for McDonald. Shot in front and they score! Guthrow to Lee. And the power play strikes again for the Jets. As Parker Lee buries it past McCausland. And the Jets, after being up 2-0, then go down 3-2, have now regained the lead once again. The refs had to figure out the penalty situation, trying to figure out if that was a 5-on-3 goal or a 5-on-4 goal. But any way that you slice it, it's a power play goal for the Cape Breton Jets. And they have regained the lead here in the third period. Power play that has been given ample opportunity as the Dukes have had a steady parade to the penalty box, especially here in the third period. And I'm sure the coaching staff is telling his guys to enough with the penalties. Let's get back to playing some hockey. Because this Dukes team, when they've got their feet moving, they are fast, they are hard to contain. 5-on-5 we play. Puck goes down to Lavat. He's content to cover up. Campbell Dunn in to take the draw. Another Jets face-off win there by Isaac Ward. Francis can't get it out. Chips, bounces around, goes to the stick of Aylward. His shot gets tipped and up and out of play. Another big draw coming up here to the left of Lavat. It's Ward. He wins that one. But the Dukes control. Francis can't get it out. Dunn throws it back in. Now LeBlanc starts to give chase. He's watched closely by Sam Dunn. The Dunns work it hard down the wall. No, Campbell Dunn comes away with it. Skates in behind the net. Looking for some help and support and some options. He finds one up top. Murnaghan loses it. Aylward gets to the middle of the ice. His shot is tipped up and just over the net. Langell now behind the net. Tries to start a cycle game, ends up in the skates of the officials. But it's Aylward with it. Again, throws it back down low, and Sam Dunn battles with Pemberton. The Dunns trying to get that puck free as Pemberton does a good job of just pinning it against the wall. Now it comes loose. It's cross corner now for Francis. Blair Francis tries a cross pass, but it hits the skate of Dunn. Dukes once again retreat back into their own zone. Aylward with a hot pass that's going to go the length of the ice. Icing will be the call. 7:50 to go in the third period. The Cape Breton Jets clinging to a 1-goal lead. This has been a fantastic game. As back and forth these teams have traded opportunities and have traded leads throughout this one today. Lead pass up for Hartman. Hartman, he's watched closely by McDonald. Thrown back down low. Puck comes free up the boards, kept alive at the line. Mernaghan shot. Dunn still there. Puck still bouncing around. Now ends up behind the net. Dunn's with it. Campbell Dunn in behind the net. He's got 3 blue shirts hanging off of him. He's still there with it. Physicality starting to pick up here, as the intensity does as well. Hartman can't get the handle on it. As he's watched closely there by Seth Black now. Another great job taking the wall away there is Jackson Gardner. Off the wall, and here he comes. Francis McDonald. High shot. Turned aside by McCausland. In behind the net it goes. Lewis tries to help out, but Green and Lewis battle it in the corner. Lewis throws it up front, gets by everybody, and back to the Jets' blue line. Stevens back to get it. Leaves it there for Smith McNeil. Smith McNeil almost give that one up to English, but now it's Green. Skates over the line. Green shot. Blocker save by Lavatte. Ends up back on the stick of Aiden Green. Throws it out front. That puck goes up and out of play. 6:01 to go in the third period. The Eastern Dukes, pressing hard for the equalizer here. The Dukes 2-0 on the season. Trying to push their record to 3-0. Opening weekend wins versus the Kings and the Valley. Cape Breton Jets looking for their first points and first win of the season, as they opened the weekend against the Western Rebels and ended up dropping both games to them. Ward can't get around McDonald. McDonald tries to find Hartman, but LeBlanc is there to break that play up. Bowering steps over the blue line, but it's a good stick check there by Isaac Howard. He comes away with it. Isaac Ward, beg my pardon. Pucking along the boards, trying to come free. Mason English gets it out. Now Gardner retreats into his own zone. Dukes regroup, and here comes Hartman over the blue line. Blake Hartman still with it. Thrown around. Thrown in behind the net. Thrown out front. Good coverage there by the Jets in front of their own zone. Now Simmons. 1-on-3 for Simmons. No help, and Quinn McDonald now skates it through the neutral zone. Gets up to the blue line. Steps around Lee, but gets knocked down to the ice. Now here comes Simmons. He's trying to get the handle on it. He's hauled down. Will we have it? Yes, we will. Penalty shot coming up. Cole Simmons on the breakaway. Jackson Bowering thinks he has a penalty. Now he's being made aware that There is a penalty shot upcoming for Cole Simmons. Big moment here in this game. Could put his team up by one. Simmons grabs the puck at center ice and starts his way in on goal. Head up for Simmons. Simmons runs out of real estate. Big save by McCausland. Had a little bit of everything in this game so far. Cole Simmons with the breakaway opportunity, the penalty shot opportunity. Huge save there by the Dukes goaltender, keeping his team within one. Guthrow, scramble draw, ends up down on the stick of the Dukes. Into the neutral zone, but thrown right back in. Murnaghan, watched very closely there by Ben Guthrow. Hudson Crawley breaks that play up and just throws it back in deep. Guthrow on the forecheck. Dukes now skated out in the neutral zone. McCormack for Murnaghan. Thrown in behind the net. McDonald is there to get it. He's watched closely by the forecheck. That puck played by a high stick. The Dukes will touch up. Face-off upcoming. 3:32 to go in the third period. Jets continue to cling to the one-goal lead here. Dukes win the draw. Godkin throws it in deep. Levac rims it around for Francis. Here comes Smith McNeil. Tries to get a step on Green, but Green with a good active stick breaks that play up and starts the breakout. 3-on-2 developing now for the Dukes. Round the net, thrown out front. Sam Dunn can't get the hang of it, and the Jets come away with it. Coda Lewis gets over the blue line. Shot tipped up and out of play. End to end, this game is going now. Dukes looking for the equalizer. Jets trying to hang on, but would also love to get that insurance marker. Ben Guthrow in to take the draw. Puck comes out into the neutral zone. Crawley dumps it back in. And the Dukes will try another breakout. Bowering ahead for Dunn. Watched closely there by Crawley, who breaks the play up and throws it back into the zone. Jets content now to sit back a little bit, play a 1-2-2. Clog up the neutral zone. Good stick there by Ben Guthrow, breaks that up now. Hudson Crawley comes away with it. Crawley, toe drag shot. McCausland with the save, and he will hold on for the face-off. Dangerous opportunity there for the Jets. It's good hand-eye coordination by Guthrow. He and Crawley connected a couple times here today for some dangerous opportunities. Coda Lewis now in to take the draw. One there by the Dukes. Chipped out into the neutral zone. Hartman keeps it in. Throws it back down low. Now Colin McDonald back to retreat. Throws it up the boards, but it's kept alive there by Murnaghan. Now he walks in, shot. In behind the net it goes. Aylward tries to throw it back in. Gets a stick on it, but he'll just throw it back in as they had to touch up. McDonald loses the handle behind the net. In front it goes. Levac gets back in time for a big save. as Nash Langell almost had an open net off a little bit of a bobbly miscue behind the goal. 1:26 to go. The Dukes have called a timeout. They are pressing right now. Again, almost with a gimme goal there. Coach trying to draw up another play here. Key face-off coming up in the offensive zone here for the Dukes. Must-win face-off draw here so they can gain control and set up the play that they want to draw up. 1:26 to go here in the third period. Goaltender is pulled, the extra attacker out for the Dukes. Ben Guthrow in to take the draw, but it's won by the Dukes. Back to Aylward. Aylward down the wall for English. Now the Dukes work it in the corner. Langell throws it down low for English. He's watched closely. Now Crawley tries to get it along the boards and chip it out. Guthrow is able to get it out into the neutral zone, and the Dukes have to touch up. Murnaghan carries it over the line. Shot, Levatt with the save. Big glove save there by Daniel Levatt. His 36th shot he's faced here today. He has been the difference maker for the Jets. Guthrow in to take another draw for the Jets. Won by the Dukes. Murnaghan throws it down low. Gardner in behind the net. Thrown out front. Lane taken away there by Pemberton. Murnaghan loses it at the line by good stick check there by Parker Lee. Chipped into the neutral zone. Arsenault leaves it there for McCormack. McCormack thrown out front. Puck is loose. Now they get it out. It will go all the way down. Icing waved off. 18 seconds to go. One last chance for the Dukes. Thrown right back down. This time, icing will be the call. 12 seconds to go in this one. Jets not able to change due to the icing call. Jets will be in action again tomorrow right here at the Member 2 rink at 10:30 against the visiting Moncton Thunderbirds, which you can catch right here. But as of right now, still business to take care of. 5 seconds to go. Thrown in behind the net. Comes out front. It's going to get out, and that will do it. The Cape Breton Jets are in the win column on a Saturday evening in Member 2 as they come away with a 4-3 victory against the previously undefeated Eastern Dukes. And like we just mentioned, this Cape Breton Jets team will once again be in action tomorrow at 10:30 here in Member 2 as they get ready to face the visiting Moncton Thunderbirds. We hope you can catch us tomorrow. We will have all the action here on High Button Sports this weekend and every weekend throughout the hockey season, regular season, playoffs, until a champion is determined. We thank you for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow.